communities that they can pile up on against us, then let's judge them the way we judge each other. If the drug companies are ripping us off, they're kleptomaniacs. If the hospitals are rushing through a mother giving birth to a child in 24 hours, that hospital is suffering from attention deficit disorder. The hospital. We developed the concept of institutional insanity. That is, institutions behave in a manner whereby if human beings behaved in that manner, they would be, if not committed, considered seriously deficient. So this book is designed to run you through 200 of these outrages. Just give you one. 800 Americans every week die because they cannot afford health insurance to get diagnosed and treated. That's based on a Harvard Medical School researcher peer-reviewed report in the Journal of Public Health, December 2009, for those of you who care. Now just let that sink in. That's 800. In 4 weeks, more than the casualty toll from 9/11. But it's every 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks. Now let that sink in for a minute. Have you heard any politician run against that? Any national politician run against that this year? It's never even mentioned. They just die without the trumpets, memorializing them. Just let that sink in. 800 a week. Nobody dies in France, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, Canada, UK, Sweden, because they can't afford health insurance. They're insured from the day they're born till they die. This is the richest country in the world. We give foreign aid to countries that give universal health insurance to their people in the third world. Your tax dollars. You getting a little fire in your belly? Let's try this one. While our neocons and militaristic fascists in Washington, fronting for the military-industrial complex that President Eisenhower warned us about in no uncertain terms in his farewell address, January 1960, you can look it up. While we're spending trillions of dollars against the war on terror, the global war on terror, massively exaggerating a criminal gang, and massively exaggerating verbal belligerency by a few countries that we are desperately seeking to turn into existential enemies so we can justify an $800 billion budget. 250 Americans every day are dying from hospital-induced infections. And many of you know people who have died that way. An entirely preventable syndrome. And some hospitals are proving it by requiring more frequent washing of hands by doctors and nurses, among other things. So it's preventable. In other words, I can cite you, and this book shows, well over 350,000 Americans who die, quite apart from the injuries and illness, from completely preventable causes based on knowledge we have now, but no priority and no budget.